Hi everybody, so today we are continuing on with the Romeo and Juliet commentary series. This is the Bedroom Pas de Deux, which is the big pas de deux in Act 2. What just happened is part of the video that you last saw, which is the big sword fight where Tybalt kills Mercutio and then Romeo kills Tybalt. I'll link it in the card if you haven't seen it. So what I didn't include in that video that just happened in the story is that the Prince of Verona comes in and banishes Romeo for killing Tybalt. So Romeo runs back to Juliet for one final night, which I guess it would be their wedding night. This is their first night together. And Juliet, of course, is having some family drama problems. Her husband has killed her cousin, so she's got some issues. And, of course, Juliet is torn because she's mourning the death of her cousin, but it's her husband who's the one that's banished. And, of course, her family doesn't know that Romeo is her husband. So you're going to see a lot of emoting here. So this set is really interesting. Like I've said in previous videos, it becomes every scene in the ballet, and this bed will eventually become the tomb in later videos when we get to that. So it's really interesting the way that it all unfolds, and there are actually stage hands behind it that move it. It's not some motorized set. It's just stage hands moving pieces around. So here we are, sitting on the bed emoting. As you do when you're 14, 15 years old. Lots of teenage angst. And this pas de deux I really enjoyed. It was the most emotional, but it wasn't particularly tricky. There were a couple of moments, as you'll see. But like I think I said in the last act, Act 2 was my favorite act. It was all drama, all emotion. All the hard stuff was over. And so once we got to Act 2, I was in my element. This is interesting. Promenade on the bed. Go to Arabesque. And he's promenading you. Again, here's one-handed promenade there. Again, Peter Martin's partnering, one-handed. It was interesting. I had a lot of bruises from this particular pas de deux. You'll see there's a lot of falling around on the floor and being thrown everywhere. I just remember having lots and lots of bruises because that bed is literally a wooden slab. It is not comfy at all. And so here's Romeo saying, please, I think Juliet is honestly upset, like, look, why did you have to go and get involved? Why did you have to kill my cousin? Now we have problems. And so Romeo's trying to earn back her forgiveness and isn't doing a particularly good job at this point. Here's another promenade, pirouette like in balcony pas de deux, attitude into promenade. A lot of the same steps are in all three pas de deux to link them together. So she's like, ugh, why did you have to get involved? Now you're going to be banished, and I don't know whose side to take. And he's like, please just forgive me. I am so sorry. I didn't mean, I wasn't thinking. I'm a man. I act before I think. And she says, well, okay, what am I going to do? I'm stuck with you, so let's dance. Let's do another promenade. So pirouette, this is also in the balcony. Pirouette into front promenade, back promenade. I like that step. Ooh, turn out the front leg. A lot of running. This is a shorter dress of the balcony. A balcony dress is longer and purple. This is a short and white dress. So this is the nightgown, and you stay in this costume for the rest of the ballet. Side note, look how thin my hair looks right here. See, I have like barely any hair. That's when all the problems started for the illness, but we won't get into that in this video. See, one-handed. These should be, he passes from one hand to the next, pass from one hand to the next. There's never a point where both hands are on. It's just, except for like turns and things, and that was nice. And of course, this pas de deux is the most passionate of the three. The ballroom was sort of innocent, the balcony was declaring their love, and now this one is passion and angst, and we don't know what to do. That was nice, Sean. Again, Romeo is Sean Suozzi. He's in all the Romeo and Juliet videos. This lift right here, watch. It's literally like getting the wind knocked out of you. It's like, and you just kind of have to time it. And he has to hold himself so that you don't topple him over. That lift always, again, bruises on the stomach. I was more aware of my feet in this pas de deux than any of the other ones because the dress was shorter. This coming up right here is a cheat. Watch, you come up to one leg, you look like, oh, you have the most amazing balance ever. And right here, see how he lets go? I'm balancing up against his leg. Little cheat. This I never liked, this position right here. I do not understand that. The flip is nice though, but that little position I always felt really awkward there. These backwards promenades into pirouettes were my favorite. I don't know, very Romeo and Juliet. Classic position there. Let's add a kiss in or two. Depending on the Romeos I had different ones. I had Seth Orza, I did it with Robbie Fairchild, and then Sean. They would throw in kisses at different points. So you'd have to kind of be ready for it. Seth Orza threw in the most, more than anybody, and then Sean threw a lot of extras in too. So it does happen. You have to play along and stay in character. Here's where I think she decides, okay, I'm going to forgive you. Because I remember them coaching us to start looking a little happier at this point. You know, you're a 14-year-old. Your emotions are easily changed. So she's kind of like, all right, well, it doesn't matter that you killed my cousin. I'll live with you in happiness. It's all right. Basically. Because, you know, she's not... When you're 14, your emotions are all over the place. Throwing it back to the balcony. Those small, medium, large soda shahs. Lots of interesting lifts in this pas de deux. It was never sort of your conventional cookie cutter lifts. That kiss was choreographed. I'll let you know as we go which ones are choreographed and which ones aren't. Back to the bed. This was always tricky to get the blanket over. Sometimes the blanket didn't work, and then you were scrambling at the end of the pas de deux to get the blanket to work. So I'm actually going to end it there, guys. I know that was really short, but I want to save... draw this out as much as I can to give you the most videos for Act 2. So if you missed the video where I announced the Kathryn Morgan subscription box, the Kathryn Morgan haul, it's right there. You can click it to watch. Guys, we are coming out with the spring box soon. I will be finishing Romeo and Juliet. I know some of you have asked me that. We will finish the ballet. Love you guys so much, and I will see you next time.